A camera captures a dog wandering aimlessly on a deserted road, its collar dangling loosely. As the camera continued to follow the dog, it became clear that it had no intention of leaving its new surroundings. The sound of distant traffic hummed in the background as the dog wandered aimlessly, pausing occasionally to sniff at the ground. Its collar still hung loosely around its neck, a reminder of the life it left behind. With each passing moment, the dog's attention was drawn to every new sight and smell, but none seemed to hold its interest for long. The dog wandered for what seemed like hours, but eventually its pace slowed as fatigue caught up. It settled in a nearby alleyway, surrounded by tall buildings that cast long shadows on the ground. The hum of traffic grew louder again, punctuated by the occasional passing car or truck. As night began to fall, the dog's movements became less frequent, and it finally lay down, its head resting against the wall. As morning broke, the dog slowly got to its feet, shaking off the stiffness from a long night's rest. The sound of voices echoed through the alleyway, carrying with them the promise of help. A passerby spotted the dog and called out to a nearby rescue center, which dispatched a team to bring it in for care and assessment. The dog's ears perked up at the commotion, its head cocked to one side as it took in the sight of strangers approaching. The dog's initial wariness gave way to curiosity as a member of the rescue team approached with a gentle pace and open arms. The sound of rustling bags and soft murmurs filled the air as they worked together to coax the dog into a transport crate. As the team leader spoke in a calm, soothing voice, the dog's ears perked up further, its head tilting to follow the movement of the stranger's hands. With each passing moment, the dog's movements became more fluid, its tail starting to wag tentatively as it took in the sight of the unfamiliar yet non-threatening environment. As the transport crate door closed behind the dog, a sense of calm settled over the reunion area. The team leader stepped aside, allowing the owner to approach slowly and carefully. The owner's eyes locked onto the dog, a faint smile spreading across their face as they took in the sight of their pet. The dog, still in its transport crate, began to whine softly as it caught sight of the familiar figure. The whining grew louder as the owner reached out a hand, palm up, and spoke a single word, "Hey." The dog's ears perked up further, its tail wagging more confidently now. The owner's voice was steady and calm as they continued to speak softly to the dog, their hand extended in a gentle gesture. The dog's whining had tapered off, replaced by an intense focus on its owner's face. Its ears were still perked up, and its tail wagged with increased confidence now that it sensed recognition from the familiar figure. As the owner took another step closer, the dog's gaze never wavered, drinking in the sight of the person it knew. The sound of its owner's voice and the movement of their hands seemed to be anchoring the dog, preventing it from taking any sudden movements. The dog's gaze remained fixed on its owner as they slowly closed in, their hands extended in a calming gesture. The sound of gentle footsteps and soothing voice filled the air. As the owner continued to move closer, the dog's tail started wagging at an increased pace, its rhythm matching the steady tone of the voice. The caretaker at the rescue center watched with a warm smile as the reunion progressed, observing the dog's behavior for any signs of distress or unease. But so far, everything seemed to be going smoothly, and the bond between owner and dog appeared to be rekindling. As the reunion continued at the rescue center, owner and dog grew closer together. The caretaker guided them to a safe area for their final preparations before departing. Weeks of separation had taken its toll on both parties, but with every passing moment, it was clear that they were reuniting smoothly. Months later, the dog would be settling into its new home, surrounded by familiar scents and sights. The sound of scratching at furniture echoed through the house as the dog explored its surroundings, while the owner's voice called out gentle reminders to calm down. In the living room, a worn cushion caught the eye, a makeshift bed for the returning pet.